everyone. I'm here to talk to you about a brand that's really new to me that I hadn't really heard of before, but it's a brand that is based in Paris, France, and it's called Recife, R-E-C-I-F-E. Yes, I can spell. I know, it's amazing. I was contacted by Recife and they wanted to send me some pens for review, and of course I said yes, send it over. And so I got to pick 3 different pens, and this is going to be the first video of 3 where I'm going to review one of those pens that I chose. And the first pen that we're going to look at is the Recife Crystal, and it comes in this really cool box. It's kind of a minimalistic design, but the way it opens up, I think it's really cool. So check it out. Whoops. There you go. Inside the box, there's some literature. It has a little bit of information right here about the Recife Crystal. And the cool thing about the Recife Crystal is that it is an eyedropper pen. So it will hold a lot of ink. Here's the pen. And it even comes with a little vial of ink that you can use to put into your pen, and also an eyedropper. I will not be using the sample that came with the pen, but I'll be using something entirely different. In fact, I'm going to fill this pen up with Robert Oster's Smokescreen. So I think that would be a nice fit. The crystal comes in many different colors. The one I chose to go with is green. Thought the green would be really nice. And each pen comes with this little tag. It's like the official tag of Recife, or is made in France. Now, what I find very interesting about the Recife pens is that these pens, it does take a little bit for them to get to you. And the reason for that is that the pens they're made to order. So they're not just sitting around a warehouse and in a box waiting for you to, order the pen for it to be sent. It actually is in parts, and there are certain people who actually go and they build your pen to order, and then it is sent to you, which I think is kind of cool. It's a very unique process. It took me about a month to get these pens from France, and to be honest with you, I have had custom made pens that have taken about a month, and it's not that big of a deal. If you are impatient though, you might want to reconsider, I don't know, but honestly, in my opinion, I think it is well worth the wait. Let's take a closer look at the crystal. All right, so each of the Recife clips I've noticed, and I think this is a really cool touch. It has kind of an Art Deco pen clip, and I really like that. It's very architectural, very structural, and I think it looks really cool. Let's see here. So this is the body, or the barrel, that will hold all the ink. And so it's even shaped on the inside, and it's nice and clear. You know how some eyedroppers, you get them, and it's like the resin or the material, it's kind of cloudy and you can't really see the ink, but this is nice and clear. So I think it's gonna look really cool. Section matches the cap, which I think is a nice touch, thank goodness. And it comes with a nice big number 6 nib. It is a steel nib, and the nib I got, this is a fine nib. So we'll see how that writes, which I'm totally cool with. I've been kind of on a fine nib kick anyway, so I'm kind of excited to see what this fine nib's gonna write like. Does it post? Yes, it does. So it actually, when it's posted, and since the section and the cap match, it makes quite an attractive pen. It is lightweight. It's not gonna be super heavy and weigh your hand down while you're trying to write. It's actually gonna be very comfortable, I think. It's got nice silver trim, and around the cap of the pen it says Recife, Paris, right? It's Recife, I don't speak French, déposé, modèle Recife déposé, whatever, I did the best I could. What a nice pen. I'm really excited about it. I really like all the swirly silver and dark greens and blacks that are in this resin. I think it looks really nice. They even sent me a sheet that explains the process of how this pen is made. And I'm talking about the materials. So it actually has the amber. Amber is made from the cellulose of the tree. So it has this right here. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's like really in depth. And it says the cellulose is dyed and converted into granules. The granules are heated and injected into a mold from each pin part. And then the parts removed from the molds are polished by their craftsmen for a long time until they are assembled. So they're all polished by hand. So this is all polished by hand and assembled by a person. So it's not like completely machine made, which I kind of like that. I think that gives the pen a very personal touch, and I appreciate that. I guess the next thing to do is to take what they call the little pipette, that's the little eyedropper thing. I'm gonna fill this pen up with ink and do a writing sample. Let's see how that nib performs. Thank you for joining me for this look at the Recife Crystal fountain pen, which is an eyedropper pen. It's kind of exciting. Hope that maybe you have learned a little bit more about the brand Recife and perhaps consider looking into the brand because you might have found interest in the crystal yourself. So who knows? But I think it's a really cool pen. I really love eyedropper pens. I like to be able to see the ink like this. And the steel nib wrote really nice. I really enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to the little journaling adventures that this pen will take me on. Well, that's all I've got. Thanks so much for joining me. And that's how the ink flows.